Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, and this is your host, the Cheeky Entrepreneur. So first of all, I would like to apologize. I think it's been roughly about 3 weeks that I haven't uploaded any type of content. To be honest, it's been because I basically have been having the worst time of my life right now. And this is one of the things why I started this channel, and I think I've mentioned it before. And one of the reasons is that, whenever you look at other entrepreneurs, whenever you look at people who are succeeding, you don't always have the chance to actually look in the background and look at whatever they did and look at all the grinding and all the pain that they've gone through to get to where they are right now. And that's basically, at least in my opinion, what I think about this channel, because I'm not someone huge, I'm not someone successful as of right now, but I think with the right mindset that there's nothing that can actually stop me from achieving the things that I want. And that's something that I've been trying to tell you guys with me talking about finance, with me talking about psychology and a lot of different topics. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring these videos back with one cheeky vlog is because I would like to talk or give a short story of my life. So from previous videos you might know that I was living in the UK and that my situation was kind of rough because I was moving out and there was no place that I had that was stable enough for me to actually put contents, and that's the reason that in some of my previous videos you will see that there were different settings, and pretty much every single video had a different setting. But in any case, I've always related some of the things that I've talked about in cryptos with the aerospace industry, and the reason is because I actually studied aerospace engineering in the UK, so I lived there for about 5 years. And I'm originally from Mexico, and one of the things is that it's not easy to pay for that kind of things, and that's probably one of the things that I'm most grateful about, is that my family did a lot of sacrifices in order to actually allow me to go out there and study. And one of the things that I think about education it's that basically if you're gonna pay for something, you gotta take the most out of it, you gotta go and smash it. And to be honest, just to make things short, like I've never had any problems when I was studying there. I actually had very good grades, and I even had this kind of year in industry with one of the most important aerospace companies in there. And I'm saying all these reasons, all these things is because I actually tried to apply for a job in the UK, and whenever I tried, I would actually receive offers and I would actually impress the people who were hiring, but there was one issue that prevented me from actually getting the job. And you know what it was? It was actually politics. It was all this visa issue and all these kind of things. And it's kind of I don't really want to talk politics in this channel, but there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of finance behind these politics, and that's something that I would like to discuss in the near future. But in any case, what all these have taught me is basically that life is not fair, and if you ask any entrepreneur, they're probably gonna tell you that they already know that. And that's not an excuse, because even if life is not fair, you have to push, you have to grind, and you have to do what you must do in order to actually take advantage from the downsides of life, in order to actually become something better, in order to actually succeed at what you want. There's a reason why they say that winners never quit and why quitters never win. And basically it's because not everyone can sustain this pain, not everyone can go through all the hustle and be really down for a lot of things, because they cannot sustain it, they cannot sustain a life like that, so they prefer to be in the comfort zone. But there's a lot of people, and probably if you're watching this channel, it's because you want to get out of that comfort zone. You actually want to get and succeed. You actually want to start doing whatever you really want to do. But anyways, I think it's way too much for updates, so I would like to start with the first topic of today. And today's first topic is feeling down is natural. And what I mean that it's natural is that we are all human beings, you know. What makes us human is actually the fact that we have emotions, that the fact that we have feelings, and the fact that sometimes these feelings inhibit us from doing something that we want or something that we think and we know that if we are objective we should or should not do, but emotions get in the way. And this is especially important if you're trading, this is especially important if you're taking decisions, because sometimes all these feelings are basically like a cloud and they cloud your mind and prevent you from actually succeeding. And the main point here is that feeling bad, feeling down, it's not bad, it's natural. And let's say, just for example, let's say like water is kind of like this down feeling and you have a towel and you submerge it, you know. If you want to use that towel is actually useless. So the best way to actually start using that towel is if you try squishing and dry it up before. So one of the things that I would actually recommend is that if you're feeling down, let it be. Actually, if you need to cry, just cry. If you need to talk to people, if you just need to shout to someone, if you need to put your frustration out, just do it. Because the fact is that all this is clouding your mind, and if you take it out of your mind, then that's only gonna be good for you, because you're actually gonna be free to make your own judgments and make your own decisions. The second thing I want to talk about today is about breaking the down cycle. So sometimes when you're feeling down, let's say that you've already drained your emotions out, as I already said, but sometimes you think that nothing is going right, you know. If you talk about, I don't know, let's say job, maybe you got fired, I don't know, maybe it's not going good. If you're talking about love, maybe you broke up with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, maybe you're having problems with your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. If you're talking about family, maybe you are also having problems with them, you're discussing with them. So sometimes you feel that nothing is going out the right way. So this is basically a cycle. You might have heard that you attract whatever you're thinking about. So if you're thinking negative things, you will only attract negative things. You know, if you want to get, I don't know, a job and you're thinking, no, I'm not gonna get it, probably I'm not gonna be able to be successful in this interview or whatever, you're probably gonna attract that. And to be honest, I don't blame you. As I mentioned, we're humans, we have emotions, and sometimes those emotions cloud our mind. But the most important thing is to try to stay a little bit objective. For instance, I'm really pragmatic and I'm really grounded, if we can say that. So for me, if there's nothing going right in terms of actual facts, I'm not gonna feel right. And one of the things that I've actually realized is that even though that's the case, sometimes you really need to put all your effort into breaking this down cycle. And for instance, it might sound stupid, but the way I actually broke this down cycle that I passed over the previous weeks is that I ordered a pizza, and here they have this policy where if it's later than 30 minutes, it's for free, you know. And when I ordered it, everything was going down, and I was like, you know, I just feel like having pizza right now. And actually it arrived late, you know, and it was for free. And I'm saying this because I took it as a signal, and I took it as a signal that things are changing, you know. And I just grabbed that idea, even though it might sound like something very stupid. I grabbed that idea and say, this is something that I can change my mind. And I started developing all this positive thinking regarding this. And the next thing you know, I did a very good trade on crypto, and I was very happy about it. And the next thing you know, that I received like a kind of a really good news in my email. And I'm just trying to get that cycle going, that positive things, you know. And that's very important, because it's very hard to shift this down cycle to a kind of a like up cycle or forward cycle. But once you spot that you're in this kind of down cycle, you have to break it. And if you have to put everything you got into a small signal or a small something, just do it, because that's actually gonna help you, because it's kind of like this snowball effect. The last thing I want to talk about today is about cutting the losers and befriending the winners. For instance, once I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and I think it's an impressive book and you should definitely read it. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because sometimes you might have family, you might have friends who don't have a winning mentality. They don't have what it takes to actually do the things that they want in order to succeed. And this is very important because they're basically dead weight to you. And if you hear other entrepreneurs, let's say Gary Vee, he always talks about family and about how your mother, about how your aunt, about how anyone, maybe your father, they could prevent you from actually getting what you want because they actually judge you and because they actually want you to do something that might not be in your best interest, or maybe that's what they think, but they have this poor mentality that they are not able to actually see and look at the bigger picture. And for instance, when I'm referring to cut the losers and befriend the winners, I mean literally, just get some distance between the people that you find that they're actually not helping you. You know, and actually these 3 weeks or this last month, it helped me realize at my personal level who my real friends are. It made me realize who my friends are in terms of this mentality, because I realized that I have some friends that are really that they have a winning mentality, you know, and the things that they told me is that, you know what, no, it doesn't matter what happens, we're gonna get the job done, you know. If we have to like grind all the way to get money, if you need it, we need to solve this issue by any means, we're gonna do it. And that's when you realize who actually is positive in your life and who actually is not. And you might underestimate this, but this has a huge important role for your life, because if you associate yourself with people who think like, oh, I don't know, they're not ambitious and they're not, or they always think negative and they're always looking at the downside and they are in their comfort zone, you're probably gonna be like that. You know, there's actually this saying that says, he who hangs around with wolves learns how to howl. And it's completely true, you know. If you get around people who are ambitious, if you are around people who talk more about ideas than other people, you're on the right track, because you will soon find that you're gonna be talking about ideas as well. And you know, this is something that I've been trying to do, and I'm kind of more active, and I'm actually saying, okay, from my family, from my friends, from the people I'm in touch with, I am trying to assess their mentality and see, okay, who has a winning mentality, who has more chances of helping me succeed, and who do I have more chances to help them succeed. And all this win-win scenario and all this win-win thinking and this win-win mentality is gonna really help you to boost yourself and to help others succeed in what they want. Anyways guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and also if you find out that you're in a similar situation, I really hope that this helped you out in some way. As usual, you know that I'm running an Instagram account, link is here, and I would like to give a big shout out to my amiga, because she's been helping me managing this account while I was during this period, and I'm really glad for that, and I'm ready to come back and put some more highlights of the videos that I'm doing. So in any case guys, before I go, I would like to remind you as usual, stay smart, stay bold, but most important of all, stay cheeky. Take care.